So hello everyone, today I'm going to review my Red Horn. So here he is. This is my ZOIDS Red Horn over here. So let's get a good look at him. This is him from a side view, bottom view, where you could, if I bring it up close, this is how you, his batteries are over here. He runs on a single penlight battery. Rear view, it's got a little gunner over there over on the tip of his tail and some armaments. Side view, yeah, we started off with a side view, and here's the front view. So he looks pretty cool. He is a Styracosaurus. Oh yeah, that's the top view, by the way, where you could see the pilot. That's his cockpit over there. He's also got these, I don't know, they kind of look like turbines or vents. And of course he's got these, what I like to assume are like mortars, like he kind of fires them up top. So he's got lots of armaments, as you can see. He's got those two mortars up top. Or I think this one's a mortar, or I like to imagine it's like a mortar. I like to imagine these are some sort of, I don't know, beam weapons, or I kind of think of this guy as like a tank. And he's pretty well armored and pretty well armed. He also has these rear leg guns. Let's put them over here. Rear leg guns. He's got a chin gun, and he's got these tail guns, and he has a total of 3 pilots. He's got this pilot over here, this guy over here. I imagine he's manning this, and this pilot over here when you pop over his cockpit. Here are his horns, which can sort of swivel around, and he's a Styracosaurus, so this one's got 4 swept back horns and a single nose horn. If you also notice, he's got a nice little beak over here. So if I'm not mistaken, this design came from the 80s. But if you guys watch ZOIDS Chaotic Century, this guy figured in Chaotic Century. He was part of the Empire. This is like their heavily armored Zoid when they come in. I mean, this guy would pretty much job the Van. Van would always cut him up. So yeah, this is this guy, the Red Horn. And in some variations, he'd come with sort of the Gatling gun on top. This one is the default standard one, though. I think a pilot I remember piloting this guy was a Rosso, that mercenary character. He piloted this thing for a while. So yeah, this is the Red Horn right over here. So let's give you a view. Let's give you the switches over here. So once you just flick it, there he is, walking over there. So among my Zoids, he walks one of the best. So as you can see, he sort of shuffles forward, but he's got this thing over here that keeps his tail on the ground. But he's very stable when he walks. Let's look at him coming at ya. So when he walks, that gun, that mortar thing sort of spins on top, and you get to see his head kind of bobs up and down. His mouth slightly opens, so it looks pretty cool. The motor is pretty noisy because he's an old school Zoid. I think he came out back in the 80s, and then they sort of relaunched him in the early 2000s. When I got this guy, it was like it was the merchandise for the ZOIDS cartoon, which I watched, the one of Chaotic Century in particular. So this is the Red Horn, though he is a bit maroon. This is the Tomy ZOIDS Red Horn in all of its glory. So I'd gotten this guy in the early 2000s, I believe, and well, the nice thing about this Red Horn is it actually comes with some custom parts. I think CP03, which is this Gatling gun. So I'm going to show you how to put this part in. It's a really cool accessory. It also has this gun too. So I'm going to show you guys how to install it. So first thing you got to do is you got to take out these parts. These parts over here. These little gun pieces. This piece over here. This one goes back here. When it's all said and done, take out this part, right? Take out this part. Then you kind of combine it with this Gatling gun over here. So the first thing you do is, you gotta delicately remove this piece over here. This piece mounts under here. Snap it on, but be gentle. It's pretty crucial piece over there. This part sticks down here. His chin gun, which I took off, goes over here. This mortar piece that I was talking about, it goes over here. This accessory sticks over here. Go. This little piece goes up here. This tail gun, stick that one over here. This other tail gun, you can stick that one over here. And this piece over here, kind of like its antenna, you could stick it on the side. It goes right over there. Now the only part you don't use is the mounting for his mortar that came from here. But once that's all done, you stick the end of the hose, has this little adapter piece that you stick on this hole for his spinning mortar. When that spins, it'll spin the Gatling gun. That's the whole principle of it. And you stick this overall piece over. Just gotta be careful because this guy is 20 plus years old and a bit rickety. And there he is. That's him with his Gatling gun component, and he looks pretty awesome with it. Whoop, this piece came off. I've got loose studs. I'm probably gonna have to get some ZOIDS scraps again. And there he is with the Gatling gun. Looks pretty awesome. So if you guys watch the ZOIDS series with Van Fly Height, there were times where the Red Horns had this really cool accessory on it. So this one is CP03, this Gatling gun, and yeah, I'm gonna have to put these things over here. So he has that piece on. And one of the episodes I remember where this was quite prominent was there was an episode where Moonbay sort of met up with a guy she was supposed to marry, and Moonbay's a transporter, and this guy that she was supposed to marry reminds me of the ZOIDS equivalent of Rhett Butler of Gone with the Wind. It's like, I think he's an arms dealer, but he's a debonair one who was supposed to marry Moonbay. But somehow I kind of remember that episode. I could be wrong, but there were a lot of Red Horns with Gatling guns that were there, and I think Van was cutting them up. But yes, there were a lot of Red Horns with this Gatling gun accessory, and it looks pretty awesome once combined with my Red Horn. So there he is. So here's my Red Horn now with the accessories, side view, front view. So when he's coming at you, he's got a lot of armaments. He's got all of his cannons and mortars, plus that awesome Gatling gun. So that's a good view of how he looks. Looks amazing. There. So anyways, you guys, that's my review for my Red Horn, my ZOIDS Red Horn, plus with his CP parts, custom parts. So yeah, thanks for watching, you guys, and see you next time. Actually, I made a slight mistake on assembly, so I'm just gonna switch it. So these things stay in the tail. Yeah, these things stay in the tail. Oh, just get a good angle of it. It's these rear guns that get mounted over here. So that's one. And the other rear gun sticks over here. So there you have it. So that's him with his custom parts.